Happy time zone, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Great to have you with us this Super Sunday. Today we conclude our coverage of the 2022 Link to the Past NMG League with this Dark World Round 4 matchup between Eriror and Doomtap. It's a fantastic matchup to round up a fantastic league that we've been able to broadcast here. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up and leave you in the capable hands of our commentary team today, Rob J. Beasley and Misanthropic Buddha.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to the final race of the IMGL between, of course, Doomtap and Super Metroid runner Eri. And so, Mr. Rob Johansson Beasley, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good, thanks.
Excellent.
Looking forward to this one.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Especially because one of them apparently doesn't run Zelda. Just run Super Metroid. So this has been a very interesting turn of events here. And actually, according to my sources, apparently Eri, famed SM runner, actually just PB'd. He got a 57.56 in any percent.
Nice. So warming up well for this event.
Yeah. It's interesting. Obviously, I'm looking at his. I'm looking at Eri splits here. It's interesting to see that, he has a 121. Didn't know that was possible. Kappa. All right, so now we are... Oh, I'm getting synchronization. Okay, there we go. Had to update that. So, anyway, yeah, it's been a hot minute. Of course, we had to wait for... We had to unfortunately wait because Eri had a bit of an issue with his controller. Of course, his controller is the European special in that the A and the B buttons were flipped. So it took a while to get that set up, but fortunately we got it all taken care of, and now we are good to go.
Yeah, and here we are. On to Escape, the most thrilling of all the splits.
So here we go. Here is the way we're actually either going to make or break the run here, see how well their escape is going to go. Take a peek here. All right, there we go. And so, hello, chat. Thank you for everyone for showing up today. This fantastic run. I didn't know where I was going with that. Check's already coming out with some of the good comments there. Checks, from what I've been told, yes. If they don't get Lonk, then yes, they will be allowed one reset, but one reset only. After that, they're kind of on their own. So hopefully hopefully they'll be able to get it first try.
They'll manage. I'm feeling confident.
I am too, actually. Okay, so far so good. And then, I mean, really, obviously, in all seriousness, two, top 5 runners, Eri, former world record holder, and of course, Doomtap here managing to actually get a 123 with Sankheart, something that I didn't know was even feasible. So this should really be a good race, at pending AGA allows it.
For sure, and obviously we've got the early game here, Escape. There's nothing too fancy going on here, just a lot of our basic movement tech, lots of pumping. Got to mash that D-pad to make Link go faster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there isn't much, really much to say other than that. Just very interesting there, having the first guard aggro to him. That's not something we normally see.
Yeah, just a little bit of rush there by the looks of it. Too much Super Metroid.
Yeah, I think he's getting. I think he's trying to dash with the shoulder buttons, but we'll see how that plays out. Now, of course, both will, when it comes to the ball and chain, both will be using the non-pot strategy. It's just gonna slash the hell out of them. So it's interesting, though. Well, it looks like both had a little bit of problems there, but also a little bit of a difference too was how the guard moved. So that'll mean, at least for Doomtap will have to deal with the guard again on leaving. See, with the extra boom right there. Whereas Eri didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, luckily you didn't get short boomed either. Those guards can, when they look for you, they shoot out little search beams that are actually sprites, and your boomerang can hit them.
Yeah. I didn't know that until someone had to explain it to me, because I was very confused as to why that was happening. But now, again, like what you were saying before, Rob, just the subtle movements regarding the pumping, kind of hard to tell at times, but does make them have them move a little bit faster, help them get through this pretty quickly here. Doomtap had a little bit of trouble there getting through the hallway just because of the positioning of the guards, so that's a little unfortunate. And also, this is one of those things too, because of how top tier that both of these runners are. I mean, very little things can mean quite a bit in the grand scheme.
Yeah, absolutely, and like the little subtle things like that, like getting different RNG and how the runners react is going to add up over the course of a run.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be one of those things that, assuming that they both get the same RNG there for Aga for the blue balls, that it could be just these little things like having to use an extra boom or having to take an extra sideways step that could actually mean something later on. So far, the back here seems to be doing okay. We'll see how it goes when they get to Key Rat. Both making through, of course, the back so far. All right, here you go. Key Rat for Eri. The rat seemed to cooperate, as well it did for Doomtap. What is... Okay. Hopefully no one can hear that. Apparently there's someone playing very loud bass outside their car.
I can't hear anything, so you should be fine.
Excellent. And the rats back here in these last couple of rooms seem to be doing pretty well. Oh, I think... Wait, did Doomtap get it? Doomtap got rat frames.
Nice.
So as you can see the difference there, the fact that when you get hit as you go through that final door, if you can happen to despawn your shield, and that will actually speed up the text box quite a bit. So, of course, both. I'm assuming this is the pre-race agreement that both men will be getting the Sank Heart. And I think, though, the advantage might go to Doomtap, considering Eri has never gotten Sank Heart, at least since 2004. So I have no idea if he knows now what to do with this newfound power.
Yeah, for sure, Sank Heart is a very, very good, easy race safety. It's very, it's about 3 seconds to grab it. It keeps you alive. It's been well worth it. Saved you a lot more time back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is amazing how much that one little heart can sometimes make or break runs. As now, it looked like Doom had a little bit... the Octoroks were not cooperating as well as they were on Eri's screen. Nope, Eri took a little bit of a bump there, whereas Doom managed to get his way through there. And yeah, so far for both men, very different overworlds, but at least managed to get through relative ease. As it looks like Eri's the first one in. Let's see how the cannonballs work. Doom got a slightly better pattern with the cannonballs, didn't have to wiggle around as much there.
Yeah, just had to dodge around the first one, but then got a clear path on the left for the rest of the way.
Right. And then Eri did take the time to get himself an arrow, a heart, so that's not a bad thing.
Right. Both of them nailing the Stalfos spawn room there.
Yeah, now this should be pretty similar on both screens here up until, I guess really up until we start getting into the dark rooms. Yep, both will grab the arrow pots. That one Stalfos didn't really get in the way of either of them. Let's see here. Eri gets the blue drop. Doomtap opts to a boom instead of getting the sword. Eri having some problems with the Stalfos, not cooperating there. So I also had to pick up the heart that's underneath the pot.
Yeah, I think Doomtap actually got a blue rupee to drop in escape, so it wouldn't have been on a blue drop there anyway. I don't know if he would have gone for the boomerang as standard anyway, but yeah, wasn't able to farm the blue there.
Oh yeah, okay. I definitely missed that. It would have only been a green for him. Both didn't seem to have any problems getting the key, so now they are making their way out to go grab the bow.
Yep, Doomtap having to go the long way around to the right there, because both of the popos are queued up on the left.
Yes, of course. So we'll see now how the one Stalfos gets in the way. Eri had to slash, Doomtap did not. Now, our Doomtap with the quick thinking to actually arrow the one Stalfos instead of trying to walk around him. Gifted with greenies. Oh, unfortunately, Eri had missed the key on the grab there, so... But Doom was able to get it, so now Doom is taking a slight lead at this moment. But, of course, lead changes are almost to be expected, at any point.
How evenly matched these two runners are. It could almost be like screen by screen having lead changes.
Pretty much. ZGR didn't go as well for Eri as it did for Doomtap, but both managed to get through. The Red Igors. No problems there. And here we are at Armos. Let's see if they have the ability to count to 18. Unfortunately, Eri having a little bit of problems. Eri having a lot of problems, actually. And unfortunately, we'll have to use a bunch of extra arrows there to get... Alright, he didn't die, which is good.
Yeah, I think this definitely speaks to the rust that Eri has right now. He was actually practicing the Armos fight before the run and still had a little bit of trouble here.
Right. Well, I mean, this is just what happens, being a Super Metroid main, these mistakes tend to happen every so often. So it's okay. There's still, more than enough game left to make up for that. So it's not like, SMB any percent where the run's pretty much over. So now they'll go yell at the old man, get himself some red shoes, and now they're off. Okay. Doomtap gets first try spin speed, as does Eri. And now, yeah, so I guess really now they're just going to run through this overworld and go grab themselves a book. I'll be curious to see if either of them are going to do the unholy spin speed or not. We'll see. Doomtap is opted not to. Eri is going to go for it. Alright, he gets it. And gets... Oh, got a little stuck on the door, but a clean entry otherwise.
Yep, pretty sure that spin speed would at least have saved a little bit of time.
Right. And then, of course, the more important spin speed, the one leaving the library. Both get it. Oh, unfortunately, Eri had a bit of problem with the guard there. But managed to recover, though. I know I know a lot of people will try to get hung up on that one guard and actually will, get stuck for an extra few seconds there. But for Eri, not too bad. Only got hit once and then was able to continue on.
Yeah, it's really easy when you get hit by a guard once there to try and redash or something while the guard is still near you and get bothered some more, and it can definitely spiral.
Oh yeah, at least from personal experience, every time that happens, pretty much I literally take the time to go ahead and kill that guard because not quick enough to move there. Both get good tablet reads here as they make their way through. So, at least in terms of RNG type stuff here, I mean, there's the cannonball room and other little odds and ends, but for the most part, this should be, at least in terms of the overall, pretty clean. It'll be, as always, Lambo that really kind of determined to see how well this will go for both runners. Oh, Eri had a little bit of trouble though trying to get past the statue.
Yeah, at least he recognized the mistake and fixed it rather than just running straight into it.
Ah, yes, he's got foresight. He's, as opposed to the rest of us mortals. Oh, unfortunately, Doomtap didn't get the clear pattern there. Eri also didn't get the clear pattern, and he got bumped as well. Okay.
Doomtap electing to forego the extra arrow pot there. Would only have been worth 3 arrows because he got the extra drop in Easton.
Right. So yeah, that's good call on his part there. And taking a quick, I haven't even looked, but yeah, taking a quick peek here. Both, yeah, Eri did take the stop to grab himself the rupee pot in the room before the gauntlet. So now he's at 10, whereas Doomtap's only sitting at 6. And so the only problem that could happen is that Doomtap may have to, when they do the tree pulls later, that Doom may have to actually grab all 4. Going for spin speed and gets it. That spin speed is so dangerous. Eri also gets it. Yep.
You don't want to hop off the ledge there. Have to do a second lap of the front of desert. Costs a little bit of time, that one does.
Oh yeah, just a little bit. But I mean, with these two, really, not much to say there. That they would probably get it. Popo Genocide. Not bad for Doom. Had to get the one. Unfortunately, the one on the top right there decided to travel all the way to the top right. Eri, though, got a much more fortuitous pattern. So you can try to catch up a little bit now as we go into the Lambo fight.
Yep, Doomtap did, though, at least get a 5 rupee drop from one of the Popos, so he's also set out to skip over the trees.
Oh, good. So alright, excellent. And then, unfortunately, though, Doom did get bumped by the Igor a little bit, so both now have the same amount of hearts. But Doomtap, first one in to the Lambo fight. Okay, got 2-2-3. Eri not so much, and 2 cycle for Doomtap.
Yeah, really nice fight.
And unfortunately, I think it's going to be a 2+1, I think. Yep, 2+1 for Eri, so you got a 3 cycle. That's, I mean, really, couldn't have been done much better there. Excellent.
Yeah, excellent. He really went to town on the second cycle there to make up some hits.
Yeah, excellent. And even though that for Eri had to wait that extra cycle, only having to do 1 arrow, still not too bad though. Excellent on both ends, really. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the first big trick. I don't want to say I don't want to say mandatory, but really one of the bigger ones, of course, fake flipper. And Doomtap first one up. Let's see how the patterns are. All right, both pickles have cooperated. Easy. Let's see if Eri gets, fortunately, the same pattern here. All right, first good pickle. Second good pickle. All right, so at least both. I mean, the problem with that one, of course, is, you can do everything right. Oh, Eri having a bit. Eri got through. But you can have excellent you know, you can do everything right, but then the pig will still stop you, where you have to like stop what you're doing and, you know, shift out of the way as needed. But right now, all is right with the world.
Yep, Perry managed to fix it in the water there. Didn't get hit. Obviously, you can get well, you get forced to save and quit if you get hit during fake flippers, which is not allowed in the category normally, but we would allow in the race.
This is true. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And then, of course, you know, as most people know who are currently watching this, trying to run not a good idea. You know, trying to run with the old man, not a good idea. Doomtap actually navigated the dead rocks quite nicely, and managed and got lucky enough just to get through the cabbages, as the area had a much simpler pattern. Doom tried to get around the one dead rock, but just bumped into him, so he had to dash the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Eri also got hung up.
It feels kind of bad to go for the menu to mirror there to try and read it and then still get hit.
Yeah, absolutely. But all in all, not too bad. Sound alright. Quick warp for Doom on both ends. Eri also with the quick warp on both ends. Okay, so now we will see, of course, in Hera, the big difference is how they're going to handle the tile room. And really all I want to see is, are we actually going to see pot spin speed or not? Doom manages to get through both of the Landmo and the Dodongo. Eri waits for Dodongo. Doom actually going for setting himself up here. Trying to, anyway, for the... Gonna pin himself. Yep, and he does. So yeah, so this is the... So the time-saving strat here is to get Link pinned in between the... I guess the blocks there. And so it means you're invulnerable, and you actually get to save some time. Yoho coming in with some fun facts. So there we go. Take that information with what you will, chat. Yoho giving away my secrets. Thank you, sir. Also, I had to give away a lot more than feet picks to get lonely firebar strats, sir. Both get through the beetle room. And of course, both are sitting in, you know, obviously pretty decent health, so they don't have to worry about getting the switch here prior to petting zoo. I believe both men are going to go... Oh, a little trouble there. Going to go for EBJ. Pete. Free. Eri. Free. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Doom also manages to get through the Dodongo putting his flame there, but still manages to clip the rail perfectly and manages to get through without taking any damage.
Got the nice towers here. Just got the boss fight to come, everyone's favourite.
We do love me a good Moldorm. Eri took a little bit of a bump coming in, but obviously didn't... Really what you're just more worried about than anything is getting yeeted out of the side, or even worse, middle hold.
Yeah, but Doomtap with no fear, dashing straight towards the middle hole to get a hit in on the second to last hit there.
This is true. Again, things that us mortals worry about are not the same for men like them. We'll both get through it, though. Good fights all around for, you know, given the patterns. Okay, so no Katy Perry for Doomtap. And neither for Eri. Both get good spin speeds. And they also have enough arrows, too, so they don't have to worry about getting... Because usually there's an arrow pot where Doomtap's about to run past. But yeah, all in all, this is so far so good.
And here come the tree rupees we mentioned earlier. Yeah, if you kill at least 4 enemies and then pull a tree, you get some blue rupees. If you do it without taking damage, you get some reds, which we're going to try and set up in a minute.
Yep, and of course, really the key part is once you get it, the big thing now is to not take a hit. Because obviously, I mean, 1, you don't usually want to take a hit as it is, but 2, getting hit here, especially after doing that first tree pull, can be a bit devastating. Both men here around the 23:30 mark for the Master Sword pull. And now we mash buttons. Give him a fun British fact.
Excuse me?
You. All right, very well. So, sorry, I needed a cough, so I needed someone to kill some time. Anyway, so now we're out. Okay, gets rid of the bird there, so now that should be enough for Doomtap to grab himself. Now, when he pulls this tree, red things appear. There we go. Eri soon to follow. There we go. And both are good. Now making our way out here. Oh, unfortunately, Eri chanced it and didn't kill that guard and got bumped by him, so took a bit of damage there.
Yeah, Eri took revenge though and got his heart back, so
he did. Yep.
It's pretty important actually. Like the first couple of rooms of Aghanim's Tower, we definitely want to have sword beams.
Oh yeah, it is one of those things that to take the time, because it looked like it takes forever to sit there, kill the guy, wait for the heart to drop. It really is just preferential. All right, so now and so what you were saying, Rob, here we are in the first room here. It usually is preferable to have beams for, like we were saying, for this part here, and then for fairy skip. Oh, unfortunately, Doom took a little bit of a bump there, but no heart spawn, so that was good. So he's still on pace. It looked like Eri also had some trouble in that first room, though.
Yeah, really nice backup strat from Eri that I'd not seen before, though, shooting like a beam and an arrow almost at exactly the same time upwards to finish off that guard.
This is true. Yeah, so, I mean, good on him. First, the dark room here not being cooperative for Doomtap.
Not for Eri either.
Not for Eri.
Surrounded.
Okay. We appreciate the guards playing hard mode today. But since both had problems there, it's not the end of the world for either man. Gets through that dark room. I always forget if that's Misery or Despair or the other one. I always forget which one's which. Eri elects doesn't need to hit that guard. Doomtap making good use of the arrows there, and also got himself, and Eri got himself a nice key dash.
Running into a little bit of trouble in Circle of Pots there, though, having to kill the extra guard.
Yeah, unfortunately, had the boomerang didn't cooperate.
Yeah, Eri got good RNG though, so was able to do the strat without worrying.
Right, as both Eri and Doomtap given their thoughts so far. Eri with the end me, and Doomtap, he looks excited. You can tell by that face. But now Doomtap, first one in. So, okay, here we go. Now, they're really close. Maybe, a half a screen apart, if you will. Let's see if Aga decides just to end all of this.
It's definitely a big section coming up here. Obviously, could widen Doomtap's advantage, or it could completely swing it back the other way, depending on the luck.
Right, so I'll go ahead and I'll watch Doomtap. You can watch Eri. All right, good start for Doomtap. He already has one. Okay. Now it's getting worse.
Yeah, Eri got the first possible blue ball as well.
Okay, now it's really getting worse.
Yeah, 2 out of 2 for Eri as well. We've not seen an energy ball here yet. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Eri finally wins a coin flip.
Alright, congratulations. So now, because Doom already has 3, he's going to be guaranteed... Oh, no. He's already guaranteed another lightning cycle. Okay.
You still life for 15 over, though?
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, not life for 15 over on Doomtap side anymore. Finally win one.
There you go. Oh, yeah. He only has 5.
Alright, well, there's 2 balls for Eri, and we're out of here.
Okay. And... Alright. We're still sitting. I believe one more hit. Okay, that's it. So we have 2 for Eri, 5 for Doomtap. So yeah, this is it's gonna be a tough time to make up, but you know. Oh, anyway, ZSR2 coming in with the raid of 74. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome in. For those of you who have just joined in, this is the final race of the NMG League for this season, where we have Eri taking on Doomtap. And so yeah, we'll see how this goes now with Eri first one out the gate. Gets himself a spin speed. Now, of course, even though we're saying that there's I don't remember what the time difference is. Of course, there's a big, time loss there between going from, 2 to 5 blue balls. But there's still plenty of things that can, wreck either runner's day.
Yeah, and looking at the splits here, it's like a 17-second advantage for Eri, so yeah, that can certainly be turned around.
Yeah. Mainly just because once you cross, because you really, Eri there getting the, I see you try to get that last part in hard mode. Just because, of course, once you hit 3, the problem is you have to wait an extra cycle. And yeah, and of course, as Eri kind of observed there, you have to be careful once you get the monkey not to actually get, not to get hit. I missed Eri's Kiki Dash, but Doomtap's not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, as you were saying, if you get hit with the monkey will run away, and you have to pay an extra 10 rupees for his services again, and we don't usually have those. We route the rupees pretty tightly in the early game here.
Correct, yeah. Usually if you get anything more than that, it's more just by luck rather than, strategy. Okay, so now Eri got to make his way to do the bomb floor. See how he gets this. The jelly did move out of the way from enough. As now Doomtap just, a key behind him. And for Doomtap, Jelly tried to give him a hug, but Doomtap managed to adjust. That one can be bad too, just because of either how you're positioned or how far the jelly will move over. You may have to actually, slash your sword after him, which can sometimes mess up your, your timing with the bombs and all that.
Alright, Eri approaching the hammer jump here. Gotta do a double pixel perfect bomb jump to sequence break this hammer.
Okay, looks good for the first. Looks to be okay, yep, and he gets it. Also notice he did take the extra bomb there as well, which, safety bomb, never a bad thing. Doomtap will not be going for that. Doomtap also gets it, so very good. Yep, so both men get the hammer jump, no problem.
I was a bit scared about how far to the right Doomtap placed the bomb, but it was all fine.
Yeah. No, that is true, yeah, because it's whenever, especially when people first learn it, they just think of like the placement of their where Link needs to be, but forgetting, you do where you place the bomb actually matters too. Nice sexy statue by Eri. Ooh, nice mimics with the arrow drop too, so he'll get some extra arrows for later. Okay, 3306. Eri hits the button. Button meaning the eyeball. Ooh, Doomtap gets a 10 drop.
Huge.
And 33 on his splits anyway. 33-25. It looked like he hit. All right, time for total party. Eri first one up. Okay, good initial, and good finish. All right, very good. And also, too, this is one of those things where you may have noticed at Sexy Statue Room where they grab the heart. It really is important to grab the heart, especially for really what you guys just saw as you come down the stairs. It's a lot easier to beam rather than having to do a bunch of menuing. And Eri gets himself a spin speed there, which makes the Helma fight much easier than what it was. Excuse me, than what it was previous.
Yep, we get to use the dash hitbox for our hammer when we have spin speed set up, so it's actually much bigger. Allows us to hit Helma from a bit further away.
Yep, Doomtap, same thing. And unfortunately for Eri, though, he did have to deal with some fireballs, so the fireballs did slow him down a little bit. Whereas for Doomtap, he only had one fireball around, but managed to get through it nicely. So, a slightly faster fight there for Doomtap. Now, of course, the little subtle things like where to catch the crystal and, all that little bit matters as well.
Yeah, looks like Eri had a pretty good catch there. You can usually use the distance between the crystal and the top of Link's head as a metric. They can be almost touching if you do it perfectly, and Link can be all the way down there in the text if it goes badly.
Yes. And now it's just a matter of, mashing your way to victory here. Have I ever mentioned how Spleeby, always seems to have the best emotes?
That is a pretty good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. They're so meta. Like, only, 15 people will get that joke. As we make our way out of the pod overworld here, it can be a little dangerous because mostly, you can get lottoed, Murderdactyl, usually the two big issues here. Area the easy hammer dash. And Doomtap had to adjust there. It looked like he was about to run his face into a tree, but managed to adjust nicely. Eri is now about to go get himself a shovel. Okay, so far Doomtap also looks like he had a pretty good start there. Now, does he get the quick warp? Does Eri? He does. He had to make a slight adjustment because I believe on the pixel he was on, he wouldn't be able to get the dig in the right spot if he just, went up. Doomtap to follow. And he looks like he got it. And also gets the good dig where he didn't have to move to the left or the right at all. Able to get himself a flute. Eri, spin speed.
Yeah, most important spin speed in the run, that one. That red guard will not go easy on you if you don't have spin speed there. So we need to run straight past.
Right, it's, we respectfully, we call him Usain Bolt, considering of how fast he is. Doomtap also gets it. Got stuck on the wall a little bit, but managed to get through him. No big deal there. Eri has activated the duck. Doomtap has now followed. So now we're going to make our way here into Three Musketeers. handles it perfectly. Three Musketeers can be a bit dangerous just because you can dash too high or too low, and you know, can result in getting bumped by the guards and then having a party with them. Eri decided to show everybody where the free large magic was, in case someone wanted to know. Doomtap not going to show us that the magic is over there.
Yeah, only one of our runners is recording a tutorial during this race.
I mean, that's fine. You know, you know, someone wanted to remake the noob splice, so you know, it's fun. So really, for Thieves Town, not a lot, or shouldn't, you know, keyword there, shouldn't be a lot of issues there on the front end of it, especially. Really, I'd say kind of the beginning of it's really going to be once we get to Hellway, where there could be some issues through no fault of their own. So now Eri first one in the back, run all the way down. Just now a matter of just getting past some horse heads.
Here is the Hellway. See if we get the pixel in the RNG. Eri hits the pixel and gets bad RNG.
Yep, and unfortunately, not even a good enough RNG to try to like dash in between the stars. Just his game was having none of it. Bit of a bonk there by Eri, but managed to recover. Didn't look like he took any damage in there. Doomtap. Again, game's not cooperating today, but didn't have as bad pattern with the Patrick Stars as Eri did, so you know that's good. Eri with a clean attic. Let's see.
It's always good to have a clean attic. You don't want to have too much clutter up there. Gotta throw the old stuff out.
But I mean, does anyone ever have a clean attic? I mean, you know, it's like a garage. Who keeps a clean garage? Everyone just puts their crap in it. I own neither of those things, so I can't relate. Oh, Doomtap managed to get through the pattern there with the horse heads. Eri opting to walk instead of dash to get the maiden. Let's see here. Doomtap will opt to do the dash. But again, as kind of noted there, the way that Doom did it, you do have to cut your dash. Excuse me, you can't just dash across. You actually have to stop and walk between each barrel or each lock. Otherwise, you will bonk.
Yeah, you can't key dash those for reasons that I do not understand.
Yeah, I don't know either. Doom opted to go with the left path there because of the shocking. This is a scripted fight, you know. Sorry, Yoho, we don't have any trivia. Eri follows the script. And then so far for Doomtap. And yeah, there we go. Also follow the script.
Neither of them having to improvise there.
Yep, always good. And so now, now just again, continue the mash. And so for this next split here, before we just run off into Skull Woods, this is now, of course, we're going to grab ourselves Tempered, and of course, a ton of money for later. So, as shown by Eri here, oh, and the quick dash as well. And so with Eri here, of course, as you run, you're going to go ahead and we're going to steal some money from this brewery, and then later on we're going to steal from a house. Okay, very well. Unfortunately, neither man doing chest turns, so not quite sure how I feel about this. Of course, as Rob knows, really, it's all going to come down to fence dash.
Oh, yeah. Biggest time save in the run every time.
Always is. But of course, it's so high risk. I would say for both of these runners, though, I don't think it's a high risk for them. But who knows? Maybe one of them may not be feeling lucky at the moment. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Eri's doing, of course, Eri gets the good dash there where you didn't have to cut it short to worry about, bonking to the portal. There we go. Get himself a carrot. As Eri walks out, doesn't dash out. Interesting. Going for spin speed. Gets it. Alright, Eri, first attempt. Will he do it?
That was not quite the right button.
No. Is it possible that his X and Y buttons also got flipped?
Would be ideal.
Either way, no fence dash. Fence dash for Doomtap.
All right, and as we said, it's actually a really big time save here. It's put the race pretty close again.
Clearly, since you don't have to go to Light World.
Yeah, that was all fence dash doing the work there.
Absolutely. Very very few people know this, but now the race has been cut a little bit closer now. Doomtap getting. It looked like Doomtap got a slightly better pattern going into Skullwoods. I missed if Eri had the bad pattern with the one guard. Okay. Mummy Room. Everyone loves Mummy Room. Oh, Eri unfortunately had to take a bit of a bonk there because one of the mummies weren't cooperating. Doomtap, that was not the case. A little cleaner. And now we're going to make our way for the next bomb jump.
See if either of them want to go for the early bomb jump here.
Let's see. It looks like, well, Eri will at least. Gets it. Unfortunately, the Moldorm had none of it, of having it look clean. Doomtap follows. Had to slash both Moldorms, though. So now we're going to make our way to the back. So there can be some slight variations with how to handle some of the rooms in the back here, or once you get past the skull. Now, of course, I'm curious to see if how will the firebar treat Eri. Firebar got out of the way. For Doomtap, firebar also got out of the way, so that's good. Ooh, Fire Rod Dash. Doomtap did not go for Fire Rod Dash.
Yeah, but nice torches rooms from both of them, though.
Absolutely. And both got the key, no problems there. Alright, here we go. Eri, first one to Moth.
Looks like he got double hit. Then is getting some awkward RNG, but gets the fight.
Yep, as Doom had a much cleaner fight. Well, managed to survive, which sometimes with Moth, that's all you can really do.
Absolutely. One of those boss fights where the longer it goes on, the more dangerous it becomes as well, like more spikes moving around. Very easy if you don't get the kill quickly to have the fight completely unravel.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it looks like at this point, as everyone was saying, how, yeah, blue balls have never decided a race. And it was the power fence dash. It really was. Joss does bring up a good point, though, mentioning about how, yes, Ganon warps could also play a factor. Well, either way, we still have a little ways to go for that. So now we're making our way to Ice Palace. Well, before we do Ice Palace, there's some things we have to handle first. In order to get to Ice Palace, you can't just waltz into Ice Palace like any regular heathen. We need to get certain things.
Yeah, you gotta swim into Ice Palace.
This is true, but Link can't swim. So, need some help.
Yeah, we've got to go visit some guys who can swim.
Yes, it looks like both got the quick warp. As Tam is showing some inappropriate emotes in chat. Thank you, Tam.
Yeah, Tam definitely can swim.
I mean, look how inappropriate that is. Oh, are we going to see Quick Fish? Quick Fish? Possibly?
Sure hope so.
Let's see. Harry, first one up. Yes. And Doomtap, yes. Of course, Quick Fish, even though that the catfish may be in a circle, again, everything is squares, so if you can hit that, if you can hit it just right, even though it looked like they hit a rock outside, it counts as being inside. So, there we go. Definitely one of the hardest rooms to navigate, or to try to do optimally here. Or whatever I was trying to say last time I made that same comment, but these two making it look pretty free, though absolutely not free. And there we go. Now, both men now have the ability to swim with the finger webs. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Now we'll see how the mini Zoras, because there can be some pattern issues here.
Yeah, there we going for the fire rod there. Doomtap gets to slash the one that was slightly closer to the shore.
Yeah, because you really, it does save some time and it avoids some possible headache to actually, you want to have beams coming in. At least in my opinion, mostly for this room here that Eri's in. Because if you saw from Doomtap, that's kind of the issue there, is that depending on how the jellies start shocking, if they start that early enough, you may have to either wait for them, or even worse, have to use a fire rod, which then you have to wait for the animation. It becomes a whole big to-do. Shouldn't be any problems here. Eri now to the bombable floor. We'll see what pattern he gets with the jellies. Oh, the right jelly up top, giving him a clear path. Doomtap unfortunately had to take a slash there, but all is fine. Got rid of the big Stalfos. Let's see how this conveyor room goes. Oh, got a bomb.
Yeah, you're trying to go for the damage boost there to align yourself, but doesn't quite hit it right and ends up being bumped to the bottom. Now Ice Palace bomb jumps from them both.
Another one of those key, or really, I guess, the last key bomb jump that we do in order to sequence break. Otherwise, Ice Palace will go on for another, 2 hours.
Yeah, for sure. Like the single most important trick in the entire run, saving us multiple minutes, because Ice Palace sucks.
Oh, it's terrible, yeah. Oh, Eri tried to clip through. Doomtap not even bothering. Okay, now they're... Well, they're pretty much tied. Yep,
Yeah,
they're now...
couldn't be much more synced here.
Yeah, now they're synced. Now they're synced.
They've even got the same health.
It's true.
Doomtap has a lead of 8 arrows.
For those who jumped in late, just want to remind you that, yeah, Doomtap had 5 blue balls, and Eri had 2 going into Dark World. Cold Stare. This one, especially for, I mean, for these guys, this will not be the case, but for definitely for newer runners, this can be just a heart-wrenching fight. But now Doomtap has now taken the lead.
Yeah, he's been making up ground kind of steadily for a little while now, and has finally, put that to use and taking the lead here. He's actually on a really nice pace here, looking at his splits. If it wasn't for those blue balls, he'd actually be on PB pace right now.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, for Doomtap though, he may lose the lead if he forgets to hit A. Well, now I'm curious. Will he do it? Will he forget? Will he lose his lead? Let's see. And no, he hits it. All right, we're good. So yeah, very slight lead there. But now, so I actually don't know how they do their shopping.
I think Eri does Boomer shopping, and I think Doomtap does Ether here and Ice Roll in TR.
Oh, okay. All right then. So, all right. So now this is going to be pretty much. It's going to look like one person's really far behind than the other. So we're not really we won't be able to. It'll be kind of hard to tell what's going on, at least in terms of like who may be ahead and who isn't until TR. So yeah, so it looks like right now that it seems to be going definitely out of sync at this point. So Eri does what we call boomer shopping, where he'll be getting the items later, whereas Doomtap is going to go grab at the very least Ether now. I don't know if he grabs Ice Rod now.
Yeah, I think he gets it in TR. I don't think we're going to see Long Swamp today.
Okay. Yeah, judging from his time, or from his split that I can see, I don't think that's the case. Yeah, no, okay. So now, Eri first one in the swamp, gets the quick warp. Had a little bit of trouble with the overworld, because the Octo Rock's not playing favorites. Of course, really the big problem is that bottom Octo Rock, how sometimes, as Doomtap just warped, can shoot a rock in between the big statues. Oh, Doomtap, a bit of a problem there with the guard. Yoho continuing to give away my personal information. Yes, that is true. Oh, Eri grabs the railing. Okay. All right, so now Doomtap first one in. Oh. Doomtap took a slash the wrong way there a little bit. So taking a look at what we got here. So it looks like 15 arrows for Eri, 23 for Doomtap. So definitely Doom with the arrow advantage. We'll see what happens when they get out of Mire.
Yeah, we certainly could see Doomtap skipping the restock room in the back of Swamp here. Shouldn't need to grab any extra resources.
Right, yeah. Of course, it's going to be a big deal. Not so much for the Vidi fight, but more so for when you have to start worrying about Armos or Ice Armos in GT. And of course, with this, admittedly, there's really not much to say. There's some small RNG spots here and there, as with anything, but for the most part, pretty straightforward.
See Boyne here complaining about menus despite voluntarily doing the worst menu in the game to get to the bombs for Ice Rod Cave in the Swamp Split.
I mean, that's why he's here. Shout out to Boyne, though. So now, of course, so it is an annoying dungeon. You have to go through all that trouble to get a big key, just we have to run all the way back to get ourselves the hook shot. Of course, for most rando players, is probably one of definitely the more annoying things you have to do.
Yeah, we don't even get to do diver down, just skip some of it.
It's true. Area managed to adjust nicely with that bubble in the way. Doomtap, a little bit of problems with sociable firebar here.
Yeah, Doomtap making a lot of friends in sociable firebar there.
Yeah, more than you want. And so, of course, as Area will be the first one going into Argus, we will be. Oh, first off, here, will he stop at the restock room? Yeah, get some arrows at the very least. Then, of course, with Argus coming up, we'll see how that'll go. Mostly, well, they're both going to go for, of course, Zero Cycle. Of course, Phelps Way, gotta kiss everybody in there.
Looks pretty good.
It's like Ares played this game before. Gonna go for the fire rod kill. 1-2, and it even takes the time to switch back to mirror. Wow. Wow. Boyne coming in with some insightful analysis there. But Doomtap is actually in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, the odds of Doomtap dying to Argus have actually gone up in the last couple of rooms.
That is actually now a theoretical possibility. And we were saying before how he didn't need to go to restock room. He went to restock room.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't taking into account that he might need health in restock room.
That's correct. Doomtap, though, taking some time to give his 2 cents. Well, we'll see how this goes. Again, very nice. Very nice. And again, the fire odds. Yep, wasn't able to get to the mirror or menu to mirror. Say that 3 times fast. But managed to save it, so all's right with the world. Aerie is going to go grab himself an ether. Taking a couple hits there. That's not great.
Yeah, this is the downside of boomer shopping right here. Getting beaten up on the mountain when you want to have as much health as you can to go into Maya.
It's true. And of course, as already mentioned here, because Doomtap already has his ether, he can just go ahead and move on to Maya without having to do anything that Ares doing at the minute. And again, the divergence is Ares is going to go grab himself the ice rod now, whereas Doomtap will grab it during the actual TR split. And of course, with Mire, it is very important that you pick up that rock from the bottom in order to set up for Spooky. And so far, though, for Doom, Mire Overworld looked clean. Didn't have any problems, no bonks, no missed menus.
But yeah, the reason that picking up that rock from below is important, we need to make the bird leave the screen at the right point so that we can set up our altitude variables for fancy things to come.
I mean, fancy things to come is probably the best way to describe that, yes. Good Mire 2 there by Doomtap. We'll see how that goes. I mean, it should go okay for Eri. Now, of course, because he took the damage, so this, and now as kind of demonstrated, that's part of the reason why you want to make sure you want to have beams coming in to Mire 2. Just because of the having to use the extra fire rod shots, and unfortunately the one Popo did get stuck behind the beam, but as Doomtap will show, even though that Eri currently doesn't have any magic, there is a free full magic pickup.
Yeah, magic's not a real concern in this dungeon. It's pretty easy to manage it with the free refill halfway through.
Right, yeah, only unless you start taking errant fire rod shots where Doomtap is.
Right. There's also another full magic you can grab before going to the basement as well. That one's a little bit out of the way, but if you need it, you can grab it.
Yeah, it doesn't kill the run, but it definitely will slow you down tremendously if that happened. So we'll see now how this goes for Eri. I know for Doomtap it looked alright. And okay. So now for Doomtap, coming up for him will be Spark Gamble. We'll see how the Fire Snake allows him to do that or not. And no, Fire Snake will tell him to take the day off. Tam asking if this is sub 90 pace. Not sure. Hopefully someone in chat can answer that. So now Spark Gamble, possibility for Eri. He does have the opportunity. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. He Spark Gambled so well that he went beyond the stairs.
Yeah, got too good a D-boost there.
There you go. I've never seen that before. Eri unfortunately had a miss hook. Now, as you're about to see with Doomtap here, this is why we had to pick up a rock from the bottom.
Looks like he successfully kicked up the dust before placing that Samaria block, so should be all good to go here.
Yep, and you may not have been able to tell, but you may have saw how the screen all of a sudden just stopped for just a brief moment. That was because of he hit the switch, despite not hitting a switch. And you'll actually be able to hear it now on Eri's screen here in just a bit.
Yeah,
as Doomtap. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is us making use of that altitude variable from earlier. We can shoot the fire rod at seemingly random things, and the splash damage is hitting switches that are off screen.
And there you heard the click. That means it hit the switch that was way above. And as you'll hear it in the next couple rooms. Whereas Doomtap, having a clean room with the eyeballs and a good viddy fight with 18 arrows. As now Eri will also make his way to the fight. Also good. So pretty even, almost pretty even on arrows. Good Vidi fights. Had some troubles here and there, but all in all, not too bad.
Yep, we'll get to see finally who's actually ahead when they land on Death Mountain here. Doomtap obviously has to go and collect an ice rod here. Eri does not.
Right, so yeah, once we get on Death Mountain here, we should have a better idea of who will be level, or who has the lead, I should say, because they'll be back on level playing ground. A little bit of problems there with the crabs, but Doomtap managed to get through it. And after all that running around, it does look like Eri has taken the lead back slightly.
Yep, still everything to play for here, though. This is a real close one.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, got lucky there, didn't get hit as the dead rock came crashing in.
No Waffle House drive-through from either of them today. Disappointing.
Unfortunate. But so far, at least on the bottom part of Death Mountain, didn't take damage. Never mind.
Didn't even finish the sentence before it happened.
No, we just get that. Let's just get that commentator's curse right out. Just throw it all out there. Throw it all out there. Very well. But unlike, though, in some other splits where where having full hearts is really, imperative, this one, not so much. As Doomtap...
Definitely free quick warp there.
Oh, yeah. They always say it. They always say it. I don't care. I refuse to believe it. Okay, so Eri, first one into TR. So it also actually, given that Doomtap though is 3 hearts down, I am interested to see how he's going to handle Roller Room, because you do have to take intentional damage to get out.
Yeah, I expect we'll just see him do the normal strat here.
I suspect.
How close this race is.
Yeah, I suspect so too.
If he had a bit of a lead, it's possible that he'd choose to mirror out to try and preserve it, but I think right here he's going to be scrambling for all the frames he can get.
Right. It's just, those rolls hurt.
They certainly do, but he is still going to be within a fairy of full health here, so that's definitely still nice.
Yes, this is also true too, yeah. Having 6 hearts remaining, good enough. Alright, so now here's where the possibilities of the fairy drop. Eri already gets his, gets all the stuff, really.
Yep, the fairy and the magic already, so nothing really to worry about there for the rest of the dungeon.
And as for... And of course, Doomtap gets neither. As is tradition.
Ooh.
And then he decides, oh boy.
This is a problem.
Oh boy, now it's a problem. I love chomps. I love chomps so much. Chomps are fantastic. I can fully understand why they wanted to have a room dedicated to those idiots. Very well. He escapes, though. Manages to escape. 2 hearts remaining.
Yeah, luckily, should still have that fairy coming to get him out of that hole at some point.
Hopefully, right. Depending how Pokies 1 goes. As Eri did have a very clean Chomps 1 where he didn't even have to worry about the getting Bunny Beam given the position. And of course, Doom does get his fairy, so now he's good.
Fortunately, the hit he took from that chomp is going to take him off the ability to have sword beams for the back of the dungeon. Crystal Room in particular can save.
Oh wow, Eri gets the good RNG.
Oh yeah, 1 in 16 there for the God Pokies.
Yep, and he got it with ease. Will Doom's game be as fair for him as well? Okay, really, game. Alright, gets the extra heart. Nice bomb pickup. Okay, so everything that could have went wrong just did. For Doomtap. Well then. So, as mentioned, as kind of seen earlier, you kind of see now the big difference as to why you want beams versus when you don't have beams. The beams make Crystal Roller Room almost trivial, whereas it requires a little bit of extra work, as Doomtap just showed. Oh, look at that! Eri gets the quick laser skip. Didn't have to worry about that beetle.
Yeah, and Doomtap's priced into going for the same trick as well, because he doesn't have any magic to use a Scenario block even if he wanted to.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a choice. So we'll see if he goes for the quick one or if he does the extra slash. Does the extra slash, right? Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay. So because of the no magic, Doomtap has to actually take the extra time to pick up some pots.
Yep, gets himself a full set of bombs.
Yep. And Eri gets it. Simple.
Trying, it's just finishing blowing up here just as Doomtap enters the fight, so that's the difference between them right now.
And also
the poke dash fight there.
Yep, very clean. It's nice. They only need, and that was the only reason you got the ice rod. That was the only reason. And they've now trivialized it where you only need one ice rod shot instead of two. So, okay.
If we can get that to 0, we can save a lot of time.
I mean, there we go. That's what we're looking for. We can do the gold sword strats on tempered sword, then yes. So Eri now at 115, 14. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at his splits. It's like 115, 20 if we're looking at the split on screen. And now here we are. This is it, the final gauntlet, if you will.
Yep, Ganon's Tower is a pretty good test of all the skills we've learned along the way.
And at 51, it looks like Doomtap finally is getting out as well, so... Excuse me, so about 30 seconds. Which may seem like an eternity, but there's still plenty of things that can go wrong. Of course, both men were going to skip that first key, because that's the slowest one. I'm going to get the one up top of the tower. So far, so good for Eri.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that small key that we just walked straight past is apparently not quick enough. But yeah, it seems like pretty en route, but no.
Oh yeah, no, I know it is amazing. Boyne with an interesting, again, Boyne coming in with an interesting comment there. It is true. We'll see how well they can do their major glitches, despite this being a no major glitches race. But yeah, bold strategy.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision to make there, obviously, because major glitches will save you a lot of time here, but they will also get you disqualified. So there's pros and cons on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Maybe one of them might want to be risque. Now, also, it is interesting to note, I made the comment earlier about how Doomtap unfortunately had to, he picked up all the bombs just because for menuing's sake. You really want to have as, few bombs as possible before Ice Armos.
Yeah, you want to run out before Ice Armos and then again at the top of the tower, but I think Doomtap will not succeed in dropping enough to manage that.
And so here, system for Eri is noted, and this is a fight so simple. It's just that easy. That's That's all.
Alright, Doomtap's giving it a try, though. Placing all the bombs he can.
Yep, and yeah, that's about all you really can do, really. Took damage there, but got the extra arrows.
Yeah, the extra 2 arrows. He was already at 28.
Ah, yes. I think also, too, he's trying to save himself the time from having to, just in case, wants to make sure he has enough arrows without having to need to grab the extra ones up top there. Eri having some problems with the mimics, but he got through it. He got through it. I've never seen that. Never seen that strat by Eri before, but I mean, very good.
Oh, this is the switch room?
Yeah, unfortunately, did take a bit of a bump there with the... He did take a bit of a bump there in the cannonball room.
Yeah, that new switch's strat is, I think it's a few months old now. I think Eddie found it.
Ah, very nice. As now Eri is making his way to the gauntlet. Oh, unfortunately, Really, the horse had to put himself in the most precarious position.
Giving him the run around there.
Mm-hmm. But managed to get through it. Final gauntlet room. Had a bit of trouble with the horse head. Alright, let's take a look here and see how Doomtap handles G1, not too bad. G2, oh, very nice.
Yeah, got the nice RNG there as well.
Yep, unfortunately, again, a horse head decided to go through the pixel perfect area. Eri does get the 1 cycle. Okay, so far pretty good. Pretty good there. A quick a quick menu from bow to fire rod. As Eri now gets through both of the whiz robes. Doomtap also gets the 1 cycle, but he did take an extra shot into the wall there, so he's gonna... oh yeah, well, in theory, you would have to grab the magic pot, but you can also do is what Doomtap's gonna show, instead of... Well, I thought I was going to, but you can do arrow strats as well. But as you can see, they are a bit tricky.
Yep, any percent RMG special whiz bows there.
Definitely had some issues, but he managed to get through it. Now... Eri's going to grab amazingly, the faster key here. Than just simply bonking the one below. Now for Doomtap, he wanted to go through all that trouble because, of course, he has just enough fire, or just enough magic, I mean, to actually be able to get those first 3. And then pick up the magic, get a fire rod shot, and now, yeah, gets through it. Eri not opting for hovering.
Yep, doesn't want to risk the lead he has here. Trying to hover that gap, just gonna play it safe.
Right. And now for Doomtap does manage to get rid of all of his bombs, so good for him. Congratulations. Okay, so now I missed how that fight's going so far.
I think that's just the first 2 cycles there. 4 hits in now, I think. Yeah, 3 cycle.
3 cycle. Okay, very good. Doom makes quick work of Moldorm 2. Let's see him make his way up to the top. As this is it. Now we're approaching the final fight here, so we'll see how the Ganon fight goes for both men here. They average around a little less than 140 are their golds anyway, at least according to what I see on screen. And it's at 122.29. Eri's first one in. As for Doomtap, okay, Doomtap also with a 3 cycle, I believe.
Yep, another 3 here. It's like Eri getting plenty of hits in there, gonna get the one-on-one here. Oh, here come the warps.
Okay, we'll see now how the warps treat him. And so 123.12, Doomtap has now landed from the dock and about to start his Ganon fight. Excuse me. Unfortunately for Doomtap, Eri had pretty modest number of warps. Nothing real crazy.
Yep, and hits the torch clutch there. Definitely the most important thing left now. That should be sufficient to close out this win.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of, well, it's actually, well, I would say 12 spins, but you have to time said spins where you don't want them blue. You don't want Ganon blue because it doesn't count. It's just as he moves. When you hit him like there, that's when you actually he gets the damage. Unfortunately for Doomtap, though, Ganon not cooperating at all. Okay, and unless Eri falls, he will finish this race as the winner. And
there's the bridge. Congratulations, Eri.
Congratulations, Casual 124. ZSR Bot says he finishes with a time of 124.21. GG's in chat.
Congratulations, Eri, winning our inaugural season of NMG League.
Yep. So I have been told from Fox that Sirius will be sending him a trophy. So that's very nice. And for Doomtap, he has also finished off Ganon. So unless he falls down the pit, he will also finish. And with a time of 1:25.04, Doomtap has finished as well. So Casual 124, 125s for both men. All right, very well. Yes, as Fox mentions, both men have cut Scoople, which is really all that matters. Oh my goodness. So that was actually a pretty good race, as we have the winner of the race here, and probably winner of the whole NMG League. Eri, congratulations, sir. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, very good. If I heard any of that,
no, am I not audible?
Yeah, you sent a little marbled. I think it's just the connection might be a little bit, but all right. But anyway, whatever. So were you watching the race?
I was at first, and at some point I had to close it.
Right. And so, of course, though, so I mean, so how was this experience for you? Being a Super Metroid main.
I don't know. Am I?
Okay, yeah, his connection's messed up, or he's just speechless, one of the two. But, well, very good. But, so also, I guess really the other thing, Eric, goodbye forever. We'll try it again. Hello again.
Hey, I don't know if it's better now.
Yes. So, sorry, what were you saying before about, doing so well here despite being a Super Metroid main?
I didn't know I was a Super Metroid.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, very good. Well, the cat's out of the bag then, I'm sorry to say. But, yeah, so I guess... Fence Dash. Was that just something...
Yeah, I mean, there's just a couple things. I wasn't able to play for like 3.5 weeks. So a couple of muscle memory things were just gone.
Right.
A couple of practice ones before, but it didn't, yeah. Fence Dash was just something that I just instinctively went for a mirror, like a mirror rep. Yeah, it happens.
No, it's okay. Yeah, absolutely. Considering, you didn't have your you didn't have your proper control and all that. I just thought you wanted to put on a good show for everybody. So
I don't know. Like, mistakes happen, and I don't think there's a need to be around the bush or something.
No. But all in all, But all in all, though, great race. I personally, I never knew you'd only needed one ice rod shot on Trinex.
Yeah, I think Doom did the same thing. It's something that has been popular just a little bit over the past year.
Right. Well, excellent. Do you have any questions there, Rob?
I think you covered the key points. Congratulations again. Looks like we've got Doomtap joining us as well.
This is true, we do. And Doomtap, GG, sir, for also completing the race. How are you feeling?
Hey, GG.
Yeah,
I felt really good about it up until the obvious parts where it fell apart. So Swamp Pals and beyond, pretty terrible. Like, I think I still could have gotten a 123 if I played really well, but we saw what happened. I started to play poorly and lose focus, and it's the slippery slope.
Right. I mean, I will say though that at least for you, it was a great recovery though, despite the fact you had 5 blue balls.
Yeah, I had a decent mid game for a change. Skullwood's just gold pace until I blew it at the end, which is common. The rest was pretty reasonable.
Right.
Overall, I'm happy with it as a race run for sure.
Yeah, you were playing really well. Just like I think until Swamp, like, no splits had like huge mistakes, and it was just really hard to catch up or stay ahead. It was like
Thieves Town was pretty bad, but most of it wasn't my fault. So, care.
Yeah, I mean, really for both of you, Hellway was not helpful to either of you, really. But no, all in all, though, being able to overcome all the little mistakes and all that other stuff, and coming across the blue balls, y'all did, and especially Eri wasn't able to play for God knows how long, and yeah, y'all did great. Y'all did fantastic. It was a great race. It really was. And yeah. Rob, do you have anything else you want to add to that?
I think you mostly got it. Thanks to Zelda Speedruns for hosting us. Thanks to Fox for hosting this event, who I think we're going to also have speak to us before we go offline.
Yeah, we're going to have a special guest appearance by the creator of this league, as Doomtap would like to thank Jesus. All right, thank you, Doomtap. Appreciate it. As now we have Foxalisk has now joined us. So I heard you had some closing words.
Yeah, just a couple things to say. First of all, GG's to Eri for winning the Dark World division. GG's to Doomtap for also doing really well in the Dark World division. Let me know when you have a decision on where you want the charity money to go. And just wanted to thank everybody for participating. Thanks ZSR for restreaming. We restreamed. Sirius might have the numbers, but it was a gigantic fraction of all the races. Really fun. And we'll be back, do something a lot like this again in November is the plan.
Excellent. So November, hopefully we look forward to season 2 here. We're going to clean some of this up. So as mentioned earlier, because Eri pretty much is the overall winner of the league, Sirius is going to send him out a trophy. So that'll be nice. We are still working on trying to find one for Doomtap, but we'll worry about that later. But yeah, I think that is it for all of us here. Thank you, everyone who stuck around. Thank you for all the runners, the commentators, and of course for ZSR for actually, putting this together for us. And we'll send you back now to our Master of Ceremonies.
Alrighty, well, GG's to both Eri and to Doomtap for a fantastic race there. Great way to cap up an incredible season. So make sure you go follow them. All the links should be coming up in chat shortly. Thank you to both Buddha and to Rob for the excellent commentary. Make sure you go follow them as well. We are chock-a-block with stuff here on Zelda Speedruns over the next little while. We got a load of tournaments going on, including the Cross Keys tournament over the Link to the Past randomizer, the Wind Waker randomizer Season 5 standard tournament, and, well, right now we're going to send you over to ZSR 3, where they are having their Skyward Sword randomizer Swiss round 4 matchup between Muzu and JDude 411. So be sure to get over there, be sure to show them all some love. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Psychonaut, and have a fantastic rest of your time. So bye-bye now.